Having a girlfriend is embarrassing too, though. Imagine trusting a bitch that looks and behaves innocent, but a 53-man roster of a high school football team knows the color of her anus. Imagine trying to court somebody and finding out that they're just an aggressive panhandler. Imagine thinking that someone is honest and forthcoming with you and they're actually just a manipulator. Imagine thinking you have somebody that will respect your emotional intelligence and they actually just gaslight you. Yeah, yeah. Imagine someone who pretends to be an SA victim and she actually just wanted to suck his dick. Yeah, yeah. Imagine slashing somebody's tires because they don't want to be in a relationship with you and everybody just says you have to let it go because that's a female. Yeah, I don't think you bitches are safe in the slightest. Like, these articles and the government is catering to your psychosis. 100%. Because if you believe that the government has nothing to do with wanting women to be single and more goal driven and more money dripping and more easily to capitalistically manipulate, because women are the number one, they're the number one type of human being that's in debt. Women get in debt faster than anybody because they can't wait to flex that degree. And it just takes so long. We on chapter 17 and women are somewhere in chapter 6 still telling us, oh my God, but did you see the part where he did? Like, it's just so frustrating.
Hey man, let's see if we can make a compilation out of this, just because we already know all of this stuff is true. It is no different than a lot of your American women. I'm not going to say just black women, but American women. It's no different when they sit here and say a man is a narcissist, and they will sit here and break down what a narcissist is, and they will say that is a man, when really they are describing themselves. But you going to sit here and say a man is a narcissist? Explain it. How? How is the man a narcissist when you just explained yourself? So of course, you're now having a wave of women saying that boyfriends are weird. Like, people, make that make sense. Please, now make that make sense. I mean, you got women who want to put themselves out there, right? Women who want to sleep around, women begging online to click that OnlyFans link, women online saying that, hey, well, listen, I'm too good for a coffee date. Ma'am, what are we talking about here? Once again, at this point, you're panhandling. You're begging. Women gaslighting. I mean, you just see this chick just gaslighting it up. A man is effed up. A man is sneaky. A man is a bad person if he said, unfortunately, I have a girlfriend. But then you turn around and you just said, unfortunately, you're taken. Once again, hypocrisy. But let me guess, because you're the one that's saying it, hey, well, I'm saying it, from a good place. When men say it, they say it because, they really don't like their women, right? But yet 70 to 80% of your women initiate divorce. Come on, man. The SA victims, I mean, do we really got to get into that? The fact that we saw Jonathan Majors, like I said, DeAndre Francois, I mean, he got kicked out of school because his girlfriend said, he put hands on her, but she came out with an apology saying that he didn't put hands on her. I mean, like, come on, man. Right? And lost his whole career. Sean Oakman, grape, lost his whole career. I mean, so once again, we can go down a whole list of that. We can go down a whole list. Slash tires. I mean, when you're talking about women in debt, I mean, when you look at 300,000 black women being released from the jobs, let go of the jobs, I promise you, they are all college educated women who got 5 degrees, 4 degrees, 20 degrees. And once again, they are jobless and they are carrying around debt. And once again, when you see in all of these people having to be kicked off of EBT, they're not able to get their food stamps or whatnot for November, they're crying and complaining, and you're going to start to see a rise of a bunch of women saying that, hey, well, listen, maybe you're not going to see it right now, right? Because they're stubborn, ego's too high, prideful, right? But once it gets to a point, let's just say if they don't ever give women their EBT back, all right, or they make it hard for people to get on EBT, these women are going to go ahead and latch on to other men, and they're going to say, okay, well, hey, listen, maybe it's that time for me to be a submissive woman. Maybe it's that time, and you're gonna have somebody else carry on your debt. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. I believe he even said that in one of Fresh and Fit shows. But of course, you're starting to see now a lot more women saying that, you know, they're embarrassed of their boyfriends, right? They're embarrassed of the same people they decided to lay down with. They decided to say, hey, well, I want to be in a relationship with you. Why? What's the purpose, right? But this, once again, it's only on TikTok. It's only on TikTok. And when you scroll on TikTok and you just put in boyfriends are embarrassing, you'll literally just see a bunch of black women just talking about it. A bunch of black women just talking about it. Now, I like how he brings up how he says that, listen, your women like to gaslight. These women like to gaslight. Here is pretty much the video that started all, because when you look at the article, it is pretty much made by an author named Chantel Joseph. Now, this is the video that she has with TMV of her actually explaining the article that she has with Vogue.
The first thing I noticed online is that there are a lot of women posting their boyfriends, their husbands, and like cropping out the face entirely. Like people would drop entire videos of their wedding or their surprise proposal, and every angle of the man was just like completely obscured. And I was just like, why are people doing this? It's so weird. And you kind of ask them and they insist this is about privacy, but for some reason it's like you want privacy, but you still want the sort of like social clout that comes with being in a relationship. And I was like really wanting to get into why people are doing that. So then I just started asking a bunch of women, you know, for those of you who had your partners, why do you do it? And the responses I got back were insane. And there was like an interesting subsect of women, and something I've noticed across line, particularly across all of my comments, of women who were just like, being with a man, period, is embarrassing. Like, it doesn't matter about anything that was said before. Just the very act of being with a man is somewhat embarrassing. And then I really wanted to get into that because I thought that's what's really interesting here. And you kind of just can tell there is this feeling, you know, men are going this way, women are going that way, right? Whether it's our politics, education, income, employment, women are on a upwards trajectory, like leveling up, becoming the best version of themselves, and men are not keeping up. And so now when you see a woman who is just killing it in her prime, and then you see her with a man, it's like, whoa. Oh, the men have, like, it's been a mixture. Some men have been like, I hear what she's saying. I agree collectively as men, we need to do better. And, you know, but those aren't the most vocal voices. I think there are a lot of men being, just kind of outraged and saying things like, you know, this is why you're going to be alone, and this is why no one wants you, and you're just angry and you're mad and you're bitter and you're jealous. A lot of that, I think a lot of men probably feel a bit, you know, I guess worried or threatened that if being seen with a man is embarrassing, what does it mean for them? And I think they worry about that and they project that on me. But overall, they're just really, really angry, you know, and understandably, but this is what I wanted to spark. I wanted people to feel angry because I wanted people to be convinced, or not convinced, or just like energized for change, basically. If being with a man now is embarrassing, then collectively men need to just step up.
Now here, let's go ahead and just read some of these comments, right? So somebody says, fellas, what are y'all throwing on the grill today? Then somebody else says, y'all never seem to be embarrassed about being a single mother. But okay, right? And I mean, this just goes to the point that a lot of your women are initiating divorces, right? 70 to 80% of your women are initiating divorces. These are the same women that said through thick and thin, through worse or through whatever, right? I'm going to love you. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to be there for you. And these women still end up leaving the very man that gave them children, that gave them a life, that gave them a lifestyle, because these men are technically going to still have to pay for that lifestyle, right? Because of alimony. But I mean, once again, why not date each other and leave men for the women that want men? Then somebody else says, laugh out loud, men dominated in careers and finances, then women fought for equality of outcomes, forcing schools to implement aids and scholarships that were for women only, and organizations to employ women based on quotas, right? And that's facts. As I told y'all before, Edward Jones, I'm gonna try to see if I can tag the video down here, but Edward Jones, they had a incentive-based program that for financial advisors, if they decide you would get an incentive, bonus if you give an account to a minority or to women. And Edward Jones is all about promoting women. It's all about getting a lot of women in. right? So when you have your men who are out here busting their tail, and you have a financial advisor saying, hey, well, listen, I got an account, but I got to give this account away. I see Jeff over there. You know, the man always going to work hard, but you know what? Hey, why not? I'm gonna just give it to Susie because once again, I can go ahead and I can get a little extra $200-$300. And then there was a man who turned around and filed a lawsuit against Edward Jones because of that. So once again, people, this is the issue that we are having with women today. And once again, you're talking about somebody who gaslights. That woman just sat here and gaslight. Right, that's what women sat here and said, oh, well, y'all just gonna sit here and project y'all issues on us. Y'all got women sitting here cropping the boyfriends out. I would love to see what type of pictures you're talking about. I would love to see the women that you're talking about. I mean, but once again, this stuff is ridiculous, right? Because it's an agenda that's being pushed. Now, women are doing better financially as expected, and they're still complaining that men are embarrassing and should do better. If men eventually start doing better, they'll complain again, and the cycle will continue. The problem here is all you are doing for is by men. When men were doing better, men provided. After fighting for equal outcomes and quotas, you're doing better, but are now embarrassed at the men. You're embarrassed that you have to provide. I'm telling y'all guys, these women, man, these women are backwards, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Somebody else says, shout out to the men in the comments affirming the fact that they are in fact quite embarrassing. That's ridiculous. And who is this? All right, let's see if her page is, oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. And she's spiritual. Look at the background, people. Look at the background, people. Girl barely had, man, come on now, man. Oh my goodness. But I mean, somebody else says, haven't met a man who hasn't embarrassed me yet. I mean, we are embarrassing though. Let's see who this guy is. You know, we gotta look at all the detractors. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if this is that's who you are, sure. So it's a guy that just takes pictures. I guess what, for the most part, guys, I mean, y'all already see it. I mean, here's some videos of the women talking about it.
Y'all keep saying having a boyfriend is embarrassing. Let's be real, it's worse than that. Because the boyfriend phase is where too many women get stuck playing wife, therapist, chef, personal assistant with no title, no security, no long-term plan. In Islam, we don't do boyfriends for a reason. It's not just religious, it's logical. There's expectations. There's accountability, not situationships. As a woman, we carry the risk, emotional labor, wasted time, fertility window, safety, everything. So yeah, having a boyfriend is embarrassing, especially when you know your worth. We deserve men who lead, protect, and propose, not just text you back. So yeah, girls, just know your worth and date right.
I'm at home and I just got done reading Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing? And as a single woman living alone in her 30s, I have thoughts. First of all, I felt like for a long time when I would be in social settings and I would say like, yeah, I'm 33 and I'm single, I would always get these like sad puppy eyes, like poor her, she doesn't have a boyfriend. So I'm so excited that society is finally switching the narrative. And the reason why I'm so excited is not because I think having a boyfriend is embarrassing. I don't think that at all. In fact, I think in a world filled with hate, seeing love is actually refreshing and a beautiful thing every once in a while. But I think it's so exciting because women are finally waking up to the idea that having a boyfriend is basically the least interesting thing about you. Someone who is a great example of this statement is actually Aaliyah's face. That girl has a boyfriend and you will never know. In fact, sometimes I freaking forget because homegirl has so many things going on that her boyfriend is like the least important thing about her, the least interesting thing about her.
So, I mean, guys, as y'all can see, once again, women cease to amaze us, man. I mean, like, as I stated before, you just allow women to continue to talk and they will just make up something. They will just pull something out of thin air and just throw it at you. It's just ridiculous, man. You're just seeing how wicked society is going. I mean, you're 9 times out of 10, Chantel or Shante, whatever her name is, Joseph, probably a single woman, has no man. But once again, they want to continue to keep pushing this idea that, hey, women are strong, women are this, women are that. I mean, at this point, it's sad. But do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.